This short reading is entitled, Everything Comes from the Holy Name of Krishna. This is from one of the acharyas in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. In this book, which is known as Harinam Chintamani, there is the conversation between Lord Chaitanya and Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur is glorified by the title Nam Acharya, the teacher of the holy name. Yesterday I did a whole class on the life of Haridas Thakur. He was born in a Muslim family, but Lord Chaitanya used him as the best example of a chanter. We just heard the verse from the Brihan Naradiya Purana. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. There is no other way, there is no other way. Sometimes people ask that Krishna was here 5,000 years ago. And it says in the Bhagavad Gita that wherever there is irreligion, wherever there is an increase in the demoniac influence, God is supposed to come and deliver the people. So people ask me, you see, I see, we all know how bad everything is going. The crooked politicians, how this age of Kali is getting worse and worse day by day. So where is God? Why isn't He coming to save us? And the answer is, He already has come. He has come in the form of His holy name. You want to be delivered? Then chant the holy name. Those who chant this Hare Krishna mantra, they will be delivered. Therefore, I sometimes like to make a joke. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that there are two kinds of persons, demons and devotees. So I say, yes, in this age of Kali, there are two kinds of persons, chanters and ranters. You decide what you want to be. Me, I want to be a chanter. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So Haridas Thakur, although born in a Muslim family, was the Acharya, the world teacher of chanting this Hare Krishna mantra. He was only chanting 22 and a half hours every day, that's all. He had to spend an hour and a half for other things. Here is the mala. 108 beads. So, when I got initiation, the order was, you chant on these beads 108 times, 16 times every day. 108 times 16 every day. Haridas Thakur was doing this how many times? How many rounds? 3 times 64. I only have to do 16. Haridas Thakur was doing 192 times 108. That's why he's Namacharya. He cannot be imitated. He is Mukta Purush, liberated even within this material world. So once, Lord Chaitanya questioned this Namacharya. He said, "Where is there such a devotee as you, Haridas? You know all the spiritual truths, and at all times you are transcendental to material nature. By taking birth in a low family, you have shown the world that obtaining Krishna is not dependent on wealth, not dependent on honor or family or refinement. It's dependent on faith alone." Did you all catch that? It's determined and dependent on faith alone. Whoever has faith in the process of unallied worship of Krishna is greater than the Devatas. You have understood that the holy name is the supreme truth. It is both the means and the end. The significance of that. Some people, they think that I will do some spiritual process up until the point I become liberated. Then when I'm liberated, my business is done. No more puja, no more chanting. I'm liberated. Permanent vacation. That's not what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. It is both the means and the end. In other words, for a chanter, for a true devotee, this is just practice, sadhana. The real thing is coming. The real chanting, the real singing, the real playing will continue in the state of liberation. We are just getting warmed up. These devotional activities will go on in the future forever. Haridas, you know the full glories of the holy name. You are ideal in your conduct of devotional activities, and you are learned and skillful in preaching. Haridas, I request you to describe the unlimited glories of the holy name of God, for it makes me happy when I hear those glories from your mouth. Whoever says the holy name even once is considered a devotee, Vaishnava. And the householder should be careful to respect such a person. But one who is constantly chanting the holy name of Krishna is even a better Vaishnava, being endowed with all good qualities. And one who by his very presence can make others chant the holy name is the topmost Vaishnava. Now, describe to me exactly all the ways that the living entity takes up this name of Krishna. Please raise your hands and repeat after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Folding his hands in respect, with throat choked up and tears in his eyes, Haridas began to speak. First, he gave a general description of the holy name. This verse is such a beautiful verse. because it completely gives a description of this chanting. People sometimes, like my father. My father, for the past 40 years, every time we meet, he asks the same question. Why you do that chanting over and over again all the time? So, there are a million answers. Every year I have to come up with a different answer. But here's a nice one. I hope he hears me. Right now he's in the hospital. Could leave his body. So, my father, you're 3,000 miles away, but Krishna is in my heart, yes? Is Krishna in my heart? Is Krishna in my father's heart? But he's not a Hindu. Doesn't matter? I'm with a very enlightened group. Yes, this is what I like about this philosophy. Even you're not whatever, that's all right. Krishna is still in my father. So I hope the Krishna in my heart. Now, is the Krishna in my heart different than the Krishna in my father's heart? It's the same? Wow. So I'm hoping the Krishna in my heart tells the Krishna in my father's heart, listen. Here's this beautiful verse. Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Binitvan Nama Namano. Let's take it word by word. Please repeat. Namaha, the holy name. Chintamani. Now listen to how it is described. Chintamani means transcendentally blissful giver of all spiritual benedictions. So most of you know me. I am known as the blesser. Right? Everybody knows, just go up to Nirantar, he'll give you a blessing. Damn cheap Baba. He doesn't charge. But what people don't know is, look, this holy name is the giver of all spiritual benedictions. So, if you have your beads with you at all times, you could be getting Ashirvad. That's all you have to do. Just immediately chant Krishna's holy name. Come on. The next word, Krishna, here it's translated that this name is not different from the person. This is called absolute knowledge. Here, I brought from home my Fiji water. An Ayurvedic devotee told me, Prabhu, only drink this water. Yes, I drink that. So, when I'm thirsty, I cannot say, water, water. What happens? I'm more thirsty. I need the actual thing. Rasoham apsu kauntaya. What does Krishna say? I am the taste of this Fiji water. Yes, Krishna says, I am the taste of water. It's there in your Bhagavad Gita. How many people knew that? We need to read our Bhagavad Gita. Everyone should know that. Krishna says, I am the taste of the water. But although the sound water is different from the object because it's the material world, in the spiritual world, the sound Krishna is exactly the same as the person Krishna. Just like here in this temple. Is Krishna here in the Murti? Right? But the way Prabhupada taught me, this is not a statue. This is God. Why? Because this is transcendental subject matter. The Murti is non-different from the original person. The sound, Krishna, is non-different from the actual person. This is called Advaigyan, absolute knowledge. Continuing, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, this holy name of Krishna, is the form of all transcendental mellows. Transcendental mellows means there are different relationships with Krishna. Supriya sang the song about Sri Damodar. His mother has a particular rasa with Krishna relationship. So there are 5 different relationships. This name of Krishna is the form of all transcendental mellows. Next word, Purna, complete. It is complete. That's why we use the word Samkirtan. Samkirtan means complete kirtan, nothing lacking. Simply we do this chanting, everything is accomplished. Next word, Shuddha. Right? You all know that word. When you go for ghee, what kind of ghee you want? Shuddh ghee. No dalda. Right? You want the real pure thing. Same way my Ayurvedic devotee friend said, this water is best. Pure. Relative. I know nothing's pure, but against the others. So this holy name is pure, without any material contamination. Next word, Nitya, eternal. Eternal means past, present, and future. That reminds me, what does Krishna say in your Bhagavad Gita in chapter 2? Never was there a time when I, Krishna, did not exist, nor you, Arjuna, nor all these kings. Neither in the future shall any of us cease to be. That is eternality. And the same holds true for you. If it's good enough for Arjuna, it applies to you. So you always existed. Get used to yourself, because you're not going away. And you will always be a unique individual person. You're not going to be with the same body. Just like I'm sure you're not still driving the same car you first learned how to drive. You have had several cars since then, have you not? I know many of you are quite affluent. You're not still driving that Corolla. So in the same way, you have had many car-like bodies in the past, and you're going to have many more to come, because you are eternal. And this holy name of Krishna is Nitya. The next word, Mukta. It is liberated. It is a liberating sound vibration. And then the last part of the verse, Abhinitvat Nama Namano. All this why? Because the sound and the person are exactly the same. If you can accept that, then you can become a good, pure chanter. If that doesn't tally, if you cannot accept that the name and the person is the same, you're not going to dedicate your life to chanting. But my spiritual master convinced me. He convinced me. This name of Krishna is Krishna. I said, yes. I saw him. I heard him. By seeing and hearing him, I became convinced. And then I began this chanting. Now, last thing here. When this Haridas Thakur earlier, he was put into prison because he was Muslim, but he was acting like a Hindu. So the ruler was a Muslim. He did not like this, so he put him in jail and told him, look, you're a Muslim. Why are you behaving like a low-class Hindu? Renounce this, and you will be delivered. And what did Haridas Thakur say? He said, you can kill me, I don't care. I will never give up this chanting of the holy name. So then it was decided, all right, Haridas, because you won't renounce this heresy, you will be beaten in 22 marketplaces. And Haridas smiled, and they beat him. But all the while, what was he doing? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And it is described, he did not feel any pain. Lord Chaitanya and Krishna took that. Haridas Thakur was completely absorbed in this holy name. And after 22 marketplaces, the people who were beating him, Haridas, you're going to get us in trouble. You're supposed to die. If you don't die, we're going to be killed. Haridas said, oh, okay, I'll die. Haridas went into samadhi and faked his own death. So the Chandkazi said, nah, we're not going to bury him. Because if we bury him, then he'll go to heaven. No, throw him in the Ganges. That was perfect. Right? You all know what happens if your body gets dumped in the Ganges. What happens? You get delivered, yes? So Haridas was still in samadhi. They threw him into the Ganga. And he didn't know whether he was here, there. He was fully absorbed in Krishna. After some time, he came out. He became awake. And he reappeared in front of all those people who beat him and the Qazi. And they all realized, uh-oh, his God must be the real God. But the key thing, he said, I will never give up this chanting, no matter what. Everybody chant the holy name.